What's up? What's up?
What's up, kings and queens? Welcome back to
Yes.
the POV. Y'all don't want that. Y'all don't want that
They
rhyme.
don't want. They want some of that smoke. I thought they
They
ready for
don't
that
want
Nikki
that kind of
smoke.
smoke.
They ain't ready
They
for that smoke. Nah. Y'all not, cause y'all know I'll be there to do the big.
don't. Okay, we gonna give it to y'all. Anyway, what's
I'm
up,
about to
kings
go
and
with you
queens?
now.
I know, but we got a whole show, and
No
we
doubt. No
already got
doubt.
comments coming in. Welcome back to another fun-filled, family-filled. We about to get all down and into an edition of their POV with Nick and King. We are your host, Nikki Johnson.
And I am the King, King Harrington. What it do? What it do, ladies and gentlemen?
Let
All
go,
right.
let go, hey, let
Well. What
go,
up, baby?
let go, hey.
Yep. Yep.
What's
Yep.
up, King?
What's happening, bruh?
How you doing? There's something going on with my lighting, my camera, all that. That's probably because of that crap King was trying to get me to watch
Really,
before
you wrong for that with Nikki?
tell you don't play with that stuff. That's King in them during movies. The
Okay,
content,
y'all.
all that, oiling down my house. So listen, thank you so much for tuning in, William. So
Yes.
excited to have you in the audience today. Wish you were on stage with us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so make sure you share, King. Tell everybody that we are live.
Well,
And
yes.
my King on the show, how are you doing?
Hey, it's another day in the city. Glad to be alive. Glad to be on this show, on this platform with Nick. Hey, y'all, it's all good. Had a lovely weekend. My Georgia Bulldogs won again. We just can't stop. You know,
King plays so
just
hard
can't
on that
stop.
field.
Hey, I'm that 13th. You know how
That
they
part.
do. I'm that 13th.
That
So,
part.
yeah, we did it again. Still number one. Another 3 weeks in a row. Looking for the SEC championship and that national championship. But hey, enough of that. We had a what we call the Seaboard Festival in Hamlet, North Carolina. Good little outing. First time in almost 2 years. So that was enjoyable. And then today, y'all, hey, I cooked for the family.
Come
So my
on, Chef
mother-in-law and
Boyardee.
my beautiful wife did a little ribeye steak, salad, baked potatoes, string beans. You know the deal. You know, had the A1 bumping. You know how they, you know what I'm saying? And
Come on,
shout out,
A1.
just want to give a quick shout out to my girl, Tamara that I work with at Lowe's. Hooked the brother up with sweet tea seasoning. I enjoyed that. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
What
So
was
other
the
than that,
seasoning again? You want to shout it out? What was it?
it's called sweet teas seasoning.
All right now.
Yeah, so it was good. She got different seasonings. I'll give y'all an update, later on. But yeah, it was good. I had the steak seasoning. All I had to do was rub that on the y'all. Y'all flavor was excellent.
That
So
part.
yeah, no
That
doubt, no
part.
doubt. But other than that,
Hello,
y'all, it was a
James.
good weekend.
Welcome, King.
Nick, what'd you
Yes.
do this weekend, sweet D?
Man, listen, y'all, I got a whole bunch of stuff done. I'm getting
All
ready for
right,
my second book, which will be coming out
okay,
soon.
that's what
Cannot
I'm
wait to
talking
give y'all some
about.
more information about that.
No doubt, no doubt.
Listen, listen, it's gonna be awesome. But
Yes.
y'all, I went ahead a whole pedicure, massage. The pedicure was
Mm,
called the volcano bubble.
okay,
I had
okay.
everything from hot rocks to listen. And after that,
What? Wow.
I ate and I went night night. But it was well deserved, well needed. And
Mm,
James, if you will, please share. Please let everybody know that we are live and in color. We have some.
yes.
Oh Lord, we got some topics for y'all today. We are
Mm,
talking about the foolery
a
that is
foolery.
trending. Some of it is going to be foolery just because of what's happening and who is happening to. Some of it's going to be
Right.
foolery just because we still can't believe they got the nerve to be doing it or thinking about
For
it.
sure.
And
For
of
sure.
course, as always, we want to hear your thoughts. We want to know what you all think. King, should we jump on into it?
Don't forget to get the shout out, Nick. I can't let you
Oh,
go the rest of the show without the shout out, dear.
you voted for
You
me to
gotta,
say
gotta
something?
put it out there.
You
You gotta
voted for
put
me
it
to
out
say
there,
something?
sweetie.
Okay.
You gotta put it out there.
I got to. I have to. This goes
Have
out
to.
to my amazing future king, my future husband, whoever you are, wherever you are. Hey, baby. Hey, boo. Hey. I know you are somewhere praying and preparing for me, and I'm doing the same for you. You have an amazing wife waiting on you. Hey, boo. Hi, baby.
See, I
Okay.
maintain that time, Nick. You notice
I,
that? I maintain.
I saw
See?
you practice.
Hey, I've been working on it because I want that man to understand. that you for real. That you know what I'm saying, that you is for real. And hey, he needs to understand that and know that hey, what he gets is gonna be great. I just want you to put that, I want you to understand that. So he won't be tripping when you see me laughing and trying to giggle and
You were so close. Then you just had to throw
I
that.
maintained.
Okay,
I
you
maintained. But
tried.
hey, let me give mine to my beautiful queen, my
Go
wife,
ahead.
Shakina
Go ahead.
Harrington.
Go ahead.
She said she enjoyed the dinner, y'all. So that's all I need today. You know what I'm saying? So we're good. We're good.
I
So
know one of
with
these
that being
topics she's
said,
fired up about. Because remember we was having that little
that's
conversation,
true.
the
No
three of
doubt.
us the
No
other
doubt.
day. Oh
Show you
my.
right. Show you right.
I don't know which one we should start with, King, but I'm gonna hit this one. I want to hit this one.
Y'all, I seen that. That's crazy.
This one right here is foolery because
Yes.
why in the Sam Hill does this woman have to even fight her HOA, whatever? Excuse me. Can you want to go ahead and read that? And then I'm going to give a bit of a background on this. Go ahead.
Sure. No problem. 82-year-old black woman losing her home owes $38,000 in homeowners association fees. I'm gonna
Come
say it
on
one
with the
time now because this is
breakdown
too
of the
crazy.
acronym.
I'm sorry. 82-year-old black woman loses her home, owes 38,000 in homeowner association fees. And the only reason I know about that because I used to pay homeowners when I had a timeshare. But yeah, that's jacked up. That's her house. So
Isn't
in
that
her neighborhood,
crazy?
that's crazy. That's
So let me
crazy.
give a bit of a background.
Sure.
Excuse me. So Miss Mary Riggins, who is 82 years old, she lived in her neighborhood of Inglewood, California for decades. Okay, that's
Mm,
more than 20 years. For
yes.
decades. She is at risk of losing her home because her neighborhood HOA is demanding that she pay $38,000.
Mm, mm.
Ooh, $38,000. I'm going to take this off the screen and then I'm going to give a little bit more background on this one. We have some more comments coming in. We'll get to you guys in just a second. She says she's doing everything she can to keep her home. She's trying to,
Mm,
this is her quote, I'm trying to pay them to get my title back because I don't plan, excuse me, to move from here. My husband died here and it makes me sick. I said that they're
mm.
going to have to kill me because it's just that bad. Meanwhile, there has
Wow.
been a GoFundMe fund that has been created and it has collected over $75,000 at this time. So I thank God
For
for
sure.
that. Whoever said we're
Yes.
going to raise money to help this lady. But what are your thoughts? It's so much I want to say. What are your thoughts to our POV fam? What do you guys even think about the story in of itself, first of all? While you're getting your thoughts together and put in the comments, King, I want you to go first, but let me run these comments through. Hey, Sissy.
Cool.
Hello
Hey, hey.
to you. Hello, Ron. What's up, King? He says that's crazy, and apparently someone wants her. Thank you,
Yes.
Ron.
Sounds right.
Thank you.
Sounds about right.
Excuse me, y'all. So yeah, apparently somebody wants that property. 38.
Hmm.
There's so much I'm going. Okay. Go ahead, King. I'm gonna pace
Yo,
myself because it's a lot tonight. Go
I
ahead.
mean, just right off the bat, you think about, first of all, why would y'all let her get that far behind in homeowners association fees? You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is that was the plan. Like Ron said, that had to be the plan because they send out notes and stuff like that, and so I know she was probably trying to tell them what was going on, but to sit there and let y'all sit there and let it accumulate, and she's probably going through something. And really, you know what I'm saying? It's not like she's renting. That's her house.
It's
See what I'm saying?
crazy.
So just the neighborhood thing. So that's crazy that y'all
Crazy.
would think that she had, and for me, for some neighborhoods, you think about it. Why are you paying homeowners anyway? For some neighbor, I mean, you cut your own grass. I mean, ain't like they come around and cut it. You know what I'm saying? They don't do none of that. So I'm thinking just because
Preach.
you in that, like you said, when I said about the property, it's that neighborhood property that they, you know what I'm saying, want to probably snatch back, you know what I'm saying, for whatever reason. Because other than that, there's no need for homeowners association fees in neighborhoods. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unless they doing
It's
something, they dedicating
ridiculous.
something to it, or they coming out there and they doing this and that to your property.
It's
Why am I
ridiculous.
paying this?
It's
It
ridiculous.
is. It is.
It's
It's crazy.
ridiculous.
It's
It's
So
foolery.
yeah,
It
I'm
is it is
yes,
foolery.
foolery. Right, you're right. It's foolery because that makes no sense.
Yes, King. I don't know why HOA waits
Yeah,
until it got that bad. I
until it
don't
got this
know.
bad.
I don't
Exactly.
know.
That's my thing. That was my question.
Queen says, "Hey there, this is ridiculous," and they're gonna let it go that far, and then say you still owe us 38,000. So y'all, here's my thing.
$1,000 for sure.
She's 82 years old. She's been in this house for decades. To me, once you get past a certain age and you've lived in your house, they done paid all kind of stuff into the house, and you have lived in your
Exactly.
home over a certain period of time, it should no longer be required. And that's exactly
You
how
ain't
I
lying.
feel, and I will
For
not
real.
take that back. Um,
For real. I
I'm
feel with
pretty
you.
sure she's been in this home for decades. This is not a new development, right? So it's not a new development. And you are right. She probably still has other things she has to do, like take care of the maintenance and all of that. I
But
think
yeah,
some of these HOA fees
yeah,
for some areas is just money. Um,
yeah.
Ironically, before we started talking about doing this story today, King, I met a man. Well, I didn't meet him. I already know him. But he and I were having a conversation. He was asking me, because I'm a housing commissioner, who can he turn to because of some issues with his HOA fees. So
Mm.
literally, he owes about 4,500 because he had been fighting with them because they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. So his question was, is why are we paying these fees if we have to do everything ourselves and you're not doing anything? That's exactly
Right.
what we're talking about here. So this one,
Exactly.
38,000 in HOA fees. I have no idea how much their fees are
Yeah.
to begin with. But
Exactly.
again, she is
Right.
82 years old. You can't just write that off. I'm pretty sure she's
For
not
sure.
throwing wild parties and doing things where she's consuming
Nothing.
the other people's
Exactly.
HOA fees. So it's just, oh, my insides are just so angry at that whole situation. The
Yeah.
blight in it is somebody said, we got it, we're gonna do this GoFundMe, and I'm sure that's taken care of. But I agree with
Right.
Ron. I think it's just a scheme to
Yeah.
clear out the
Property thing.
property because they probably want to go and gentrify. Yes, I said that. Hello, Sean. How are you
Yeah.
doing, King?
What's up,
Yes.
fam?
Yes, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, because other than that, because my thing is, the only other thing I could think that her HO fee supposed to go at is maybe that security guard or whoever at that gate is like maybe a gated community where somebody's like, that's the only other thing. Because other than that, I've seen some shows, Nick, or movies where they show how the HOA you got to have your flowers hanging a certain way, your grass. I'm like, so I'm saying, if I got to do all this, what, like you said, what am I paying this for? And then again, it's the neighborhood. So because we stay in this probably gated community or a security guard at the gate, this is where my money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all got a pool that's public. I don't, you know that's what I'm saying. But
So
82 years
again,
old, she ain't using it.
I think you're thinking more of the newer build. She's been there for
Okay,
decades,
well that's
so
true. She's been
we're
there,
not talking
right? So yeah,
newly
so
built subdivisions, right? So
right, right,
I don't know what the fees go to, but this woman is
right.
82 years old. Where's she gonna get that from?
She's not using
Where?
nothing. You're right. Well,
Where?
she's not using nothing for HOA
And
for
I
real.
mean, at 82, I'm probably sure she has other things to worry about as far as bills, upkeep, maybe even medical.
Hmm.
I'm not, calling anything on her, but it's just
Right.
it's ridiculous. If they were there for so long,
It
they
is.
probably have put so much throughout the years into these stupid fees. Y'all can't just forgive
Hmm.
them. You just
Right.
can't forgive the fees. I can't. What are y'all thoughts? If you have not, ooh, child, if you have not presented your POV in the comments, we would still love to hear them. Kane, do we want to keep talking about this, or do we want to go on to the next one?
We can go ahead and move because I mean that's pretty much kind of done deal because we already know it's wrong and it's messed up. See,
This
my
one makes
cousin
me
he
sweat.
pays HOA.
This one
See,
makes
Maurice
me
pays
sweat.
HOA.
You know what I'm saying?
So Nick,
This one makes me sweat. Sean hates
hold on
it.
for a minute, Nick. Yeah, because my thing is let's find out what he actually has, what his HOA goes to, and
Bet.
give us a better look.
Bet.
Yeah.
So, Sean Maurice, tell us what fees does your HOA, or what am I trying to ask? What do your
So what
HOA
is
fees go to? That's what happens when you take a real good
right?
Sunday nap after a good pedicure. Yeah, tell us what your
No
fees go
doubt.
to. Anybody else who is paying HOA fees, what do your fees go to? And
Yes.
can you justify $38,000 worth of HOA fees being behind?
Past due. Yeah.
That would make me
Exactly.
wonder how much those fees are.
it make me wonder, Nick, what are my fees going to? I mean, what
Well,
actually
that
am I
too, but I'm
paying
just saying,
for
King,
when I?
what are the fees?
Well, see, I mean, I know the fees can run like when I was paying just for like I said, a timeshare. So we was paying. I paying like I think it was right at $200 to $300 a year. 400, no, it was more. I'm sorry, like $600 a year
Oh,
for HOA. But that was just, but I can tell you what it covered. I can tell you
Sean
what it
says
covered
he don't
for
even know.
those. And see, that's crazy because he got a house. I was just paying for a timeshare. And this is what it did. It paid for sheets and maintenance, cleaning up and stuff. When you go, it's craziness. And you think about, hold up, I only can go there a certain time of the year. So
Right.
what am I paying? See, so it's going to anybody that goes there
Yeah.
and uses. And so you think about, yo, you already paying. Now, mind you, you already paying your monthly
Mhm.
for the timeshare.
Mhm.
But then think about it. The year you don't even use it, you still paying.
You're still paying. You're still paying.
Yes,
You
you ain't
know,
paying. It ain't like you if you don't use it that year, you don't pay no HOA. You still
yeah,
pay as long as you have it.
it's ridiculous. My final
It
thought
is.
before we move on from this is this: the
Mm-hmm.
woman is 82 years old. She's been in that house for years and years and
All
years.
these years.
Forgive it. It should be forgiven. Matter of fact, going forward, I don't think anybody over a certain age who has been in their homes over so many years should have to be paying an HOA. I mean, if it's going toward
Yes,
cutting grass over a certain age, you can't cut their grass for them.
for sure.
I
She can't have
can't.
that big of a yard, Nick. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got that big of a lawn. Let's be real. She
But
ain't.
even if she did, though, King, all the years she's been there, she ain't earned a free yard
But
cutting.
still, right. I'm just saying though. And that's why I said about far as you said they take care of it. Because I said that she can't have no big old farmyard. So why would that be a problem?
It's
You
not
know what I'm saying?
acres.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So yeah, exactly.
Well, what are your final thoughts on it, King, before we go forward?
I'm just glad, some people got together and said, you know what, forget this foolery and we're gonna take care of this lady because apparently where she's living at is not. And it's just jacked up and she's been there all them years and this is the way she gets for the neighborhood she's in. So I'm just glad somebody was able to take care of it and hopefully moving forward they gave her enough money that, what I'm saying, that they can get taken care of and Lord bless her soul if she passed away, she won't have to worry about that part.
Oh, and
Yeah.
yeah, because then that would also fall on her family, on her estate and her
Right,
family,
right,
whatever. So yeah, I'm glad they're
right.
able to help her. He said they don't cut my grass. I
Yeah, they
can't.
don't cut his grass. Yeah, I know he cut his own grass. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. So it's like, yo, you paying just to be exclusive in the neighborhood, and he ain't got no security guard. I done been to his house. There's no security
He
guard out
didn't
there.
ask you to put his
You
business
driving in and
out
out.
there.
No, no, I'm just saying as
They
far as
ain't
it,
got no security.
not a gay community. So I'm
Yeah,
just saying he, like you said, they ain't going towards that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I can't. I cannot. All
crazy.
righty. The foolery that is trending. Ice Cube allegedly. Oh, you know what? Let me pop this in real quick. Forgot to do this. Forgot to do this at the
Yes,
beginning.
yes,
Make sure we
yeah.
do
Because
this.
hey, Nick,
Oh,
we here
hi.
today, and next week we gone.
The devil is two lies. All righty. Ice Cube reportedly leaves $9 million behind and exits an upcoming film called Oh Hell No due to not being vaccinated. We did get the story from the Shade Room, so thanks to them. Ice Cube leaves 9 milli on the table because he is not vaccinated. Alrighty, people, what do you think? What say you? I'm gonna
Mm.
take my glasses off for this one because
Not this one, Nick.
this one I am. That's why my hair is plaited because you and I in this
Okay.
conversation about yeah. So we want to hear your thoughts in the comments. King, what are your
Mm.
thoughts?
Nick, you know what? To be honest, straight honest, all it tells me is Q is okay with his money. I mean, I
Oh,
can't
let
say
me
nothing
say
else.
this real quick. The reason why this one made the foolery list is not because of what Ice Cube is doing. It's the fact that it's making the list because he made a decision to do something with his body and his bank
Right,
account,
right,
and it's everywhere. So that's why
right,
this
right.
one made
Yeah,
the foolery list because this ain't. We should not even know this. If he walked away, he
right,
walked
right. I
away.
got you.
All right, King, go ahead, sweetheart.
Well, yeah, I mean, the bottom line, that Q was fine with, like you said, the decision he wanted to make about vaccination, and no monetary numbers is going to discourage him from doing that.
That
And that's
part.
basically it. And I ain't got a problem, bro. I don't have a problem with 9 million, 90 million. If you feel that that's what's good in your soul and what you want to do, hey, all kudos too. Because hey, everybody knows what Dave Chappelle did. It wasn't even about a vaccination.
It sure
You know what
wasn't.
I'm saying? And he left
It was
50
about
million on
his
the table.
mental.
So
Come on.
exactly. So that tells you right there, hey, ain't no money can put a price tag on what I want to do, regardless. Whether, like you said, it's my mind or my body.
That
And this
part.
Take Q said, hey, no problem. Keep your 9 mil. I'm good over here. Y'all want me. Let's be real.
Come
You know
on
what I'm
now.
saying? Y'all want me. So
Come on
it
now.
is what it is. Hey, I've been good this long and then I don't want to be vaccinated. Ain't no problem. I'm
That
not going to.
part.
Your money is not going to deter me and have me to think that I need y'all and I need to get vaccinated to get this nine. So hey,
Part.
I applaud him because that's his preference. That's how Bobby said, it's my prerogative.
That part. He can do what he want to do. It's his prerogative.
Yep,
Come on, Bobby. Um,
exactly.
this story is important for me for us to discuss because there are people all over the U.S. that are having to make this decision or try to get an exemption because there are a lot of companies that are
Mm.
requiring either you get vaccinated or you have some type of exemption. I'm sorry, y'all. The voice is still
You got to
struggling.
go.
Um, and so this is no different for him. It was a decision and he walked away. And before I give my POV, let's hit these comments. King is like, wow. The queen
Mhm.
said, at least he is being responsible, that part. William said, I would wear I would wear a hazmat suit for $9
No
million.
doubt, King. No doubt.
He gonna boot up and suit up. He gonna go get that bag, those
For
bags and
real.
stuff.
For real.
For 9 mil, I would shoot my. You
I
will
knew you
not
were gonna
pull
say
a
something crazy.
Donald. You will not pull a Donald.
You
I
ain't gonna
will
be able to
shoot
spin it,
myself
bro, with
with a
that
pair of
one.
rocks. You shall not do that. Go ahead, King. What you say?
I said he ain't gonna be able to use it
That part,
then.
laid up sick and probably sick and not dead. Talking about, but I got 9 mil.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Yeah,
woo wee. So
Nick. It's a lot.
I gotta
That
say,
people feel they can put a
I
price tag.
huh?
No, I said it's a lot that people that feel even with a price tag, they think they can get you to change your mind or your views on what you think about stuff.
Yeah, I have
And
to honor
that's not
him
always the case.
because he has a family, he has a life, and if he does not agree with the vax,
Right.
then if the decision is you get it or you walk away, I have to honor the fact that
Right.
he's willing to walk away. I have to honor. Uh, I know we have different opinions when it comes to that vax, but I will say this: as Nicole said, he made a choice for himself, and that
Right.
choice was, I can leave this money on the table. Some
Hmm.
things you just cannot sell out. Some things you just cannot put up for auction. You can't put it up for a dollar sign. And I don't know if he was the lead or if he had a supporting role, but for somebody of his
Right.
caliber who has directed, made films, and all of that, that's a little lowball on the movie. So I'm not sure what his role was. But I have to honor his decision. I honor anybody's decision where they are doing what is best for them and their family or their life or their livelihood or whatever.
Right.
And if that's what was best, do you, Ice Cube, do you. So
For sure.
big ups to him for that. What do y'all think? Other than William finna go suit up and boot up, and Sean,
Right. Hey,
I need you not to shoot up a
on the
Clorox.
Clorox.
But so what do y'all
Exactly. I
think?
mean,
If your jobs offered you an additional extreme increase in pay for you to go get vax, would you do it? You want to hit that, King?
he is a great example. He is a great example. Stand for something, fall for anything.
That part.
Hey, like I said, I ain't mad at him. It's a personal thing that if that's what you feel and you're say within yourself and for your family, I ain't mad at you.
That
Yeah,
part.
I'm not mad. Some people don't have that choice. Some people not in a position where in that sense, I'm saying in some
That is
senses
true.
because
That's
like
true.
because like perfect example, like you got some companies that hey, if you want to stay employed, you're gonna have to get vaccinated. So when you in that situation, your bank account ain't got all them zeros like some people have, then you got to make those decisions about taking care of you and your family. You know, so that's what's up with that. And Nikki has gone for a minute, y'all. So I'm solo dolo right now. So I'm gonna cut on the music and no, I'm just playing.
I heard him
There
came
she
back and
go.
he said that.
She's back, y'all. She's back. But like I was saying, Nick, I said, we got some companies out here that's letting you know that if you don't get the shot, you will not be employed here,
Yeah.
especially in the healthcare, the nurses and stuff like the nurses and those front line workers.
Frontline workers,
And
yeah.
and in that sense, I do understand both ways. You got the administration saying, "Hey, we can't have you unvaccinated come with people unvaccinated in here and try to help them in this situation." But then
Yeah.
again, it's on you if you want to choose to go somewhere else to work or whatever. So it's one of those type things. And if your pocket ain't deep enough, then you got to do what you got to do to take care of you. That's
Yeah.
just realistically, understanding.
You bring up two good points. The first point was some people are in positions where they can't, excuse me, they can't just walk away, especially if they live in rural areas or smaller towns where there
Right.
aren't many jobs anyway, and they may have been at that one for a minute, and then they have a pension and a retirement on the line. I
Yeah.
hate that they have to make that type of decision because it's
Right.
almost like you're choosing between what you may be extremely concerned about going into your body or being able to take care of your family. And then the
Right.
other thing that you brought up is those that are frontline workers. And at this point, there are so many people that are considered frontline workers. It's not just the medical staff
Right.
that have to come in contact with people daily. But the thing is this, a lot of people did that on the premise and in some news conferences, the promise of that it would help
Mm.
stop the spread, but some people are still getting it even though they have been vaccinated, gotten the boosters and everything else. So I don't know, it's just a hard place to put people in, especially if
Right.
you are a company that has employed people for years. These people have been faithfully coming to work, and now you are giving them an ultimatum. I think that's the part I don't agree with. That's the part I don't agree because it's not a guarantee. And in my
Right.
opinion, it's not a guarantee. So I don't know. It's this daggum. He took his shot for free, so $9 million he would. You want to hit that with King?
Like, look at these hospitals that are making their employees get it. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, and I get it. Like you said, I get it on both ends. The point of you dealing with sick people. And so for them, to keep it down, they feel that as an employee, as a healthcare worker, that if you're vaccinated, that makes us feel as far as that level of passing it on slim compared to the people that's coming in. So you got to look at it both ways. So it's like you said, you got 10 years, 20 years working this job, and this situation happens, and you're thinking, okay, I don't want to get it, but that's what's been paying my bill. That's what's been getting my kids through college. That's been taking care of me. And what do
Or
I
this
do?
is the money that I use to help my parents buy their medicine, or that's
Exactly, all that,
it's just a hard
all
place
that.
to be in. It's a hard, people try to break it down to, well, if you don't get vax, you don't care about your neighbor, whatever. And it's so
Right,
much deeper than that for those that don't want to get it. But for
right,
those who
right.
get it, it's not always because they want to. It's because if I don't get this, I lose my job, I lose my pension, I
Hmm.
lose my medical insurance,
Exactly.
I lose my
Yeah.
401k,
Right.
and they are taking care of family members, feeding their children like that. It's a really hard
Yeah.
situation. Hold on, let's hit these two real quick. This is why we have so many traveling nurses now because they are becoming private nurses. My mama did traveling nursing for years.
Hmm.
For years. You want to hit Sean's King?
But on the real, give me a choice. Do not make me choose. Yeah. That would be the well, I can't even say politically correct. That would be in a world where you got it like that and it's cool. But in a world where you can't make that choice because I own the company and I say this, and then you want to keep your pension, like you said, Nick, you want to keep your 401k in a good standing, then keep the job or you leave. And it's a bad situation to be in. But like you said, when it's there and we dealing with this situation, there's nothing you can do but make that choice for yourself. And that's what it comes down to. Your choice for yourself is for you and your family, if you got a family, or for you. If for you, it's a whole different aspect because you can handle yourself a little bit better to a certain degree compared to
Mhm.
mouths to feed. Like you said, rent and all that stuff, and you got like you said, your moms and pops medication because you're still taking care of them, and
Right.
when you got all that
Right.
on that plate, it comes to a point where you know what? It ain't just about me no more. It's about all these people that I'm helping and taking care of. So I got to think out the best for them as well,
It's,
and
it's, it's, it's
do
a
what you got to
hard
do.
place to be in.
It is. It
The
is.
ones who got the shot are still get.
Yeah, and
It,
and people that understand that. when you think about the flu, it's the same type of aspect. You can get the flu shot and still get the flu. So it doesn't change that point of because it's the COVID. COVID is just a new strain of the flu, more aggressive. So we people can't shut out that if you get shots and all that, you won't get it again because you've been doing it for years. If you got the flu, people got
Well,
more than the flu more than once yet.
right.
So you
However,
got
but though, King, that was
right.
not the that was not the propaganda. I'm gonna say that word.
Oh yeah,
That
definitely.
was
Oh, you
that
know
was
that.
that was
Yeah.
not what was that was what was repeatedly said and told. That's
Right.
not even the way that it
Right.
was sold. The game was
Right.
sold differently. So people went
Definitely.
and did what the game was supposed to do.
Mm.
And some people still ended up getting it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and this is America we live in. People understand America and all what they've done over the hundreds of years. Let's look. Let's step behind the door. Step behind the door and close it. Pull the shades down, and then cut on the light. And then what you think about?
well, that's the thing. Maybe that's what Ice Cube did, and that's why he walked away. But
And that's
like you brought up, everybody can't make that decision because, like I said, there are companies
yep.
now. Some of them are requiring for you to keep your
Hmm.
job. You have to get this, and I don't know if that's even legal in my opinion. But it's a good thing that there are some exemptions that do exist. I don't think you
Right.
should be
Right.
forced to do something that you are not
You don't
that you
feel
don't
comfortable
trust to
doing.
go into your body.
Yeah. You don't exactly.
I'm just
Exactly.
saying. I'm just saying. Because how is the vax helping in what aspect?
Well, I mean, let's be real. It's like anything else that you take to prevent. It doesn't stop. It doesn't get rid of it. It helps prevent it.
It's a
It's getting
potential prevention.
right. Potential, but that's anything.
Potential. Because there are
That's
people who
anything.
are vaxxed and have
Exactly. It's
still
just
gotten it.
accessible to it. But that's the thing. You got to look at the numbers compared to the people that can catch it and the people that don't when they do get a vaccine. So that's been proven. So, and that's anything you do. That's anything you take. So it's going to be those probabilities where it's not going to be foolproof. It's not going to be perfect.
Okay, but
So
that's the thing though, King, because you and I have talked about this before. Because it's
right,
not. It's everybody's right to make that choice. That should
right,
not be something
exactly.
that anybody is forced to do.
Yeah, but see, Nick, you got to stand too. When you talking business, if I run a business, Nick, and I understand what you're saying, but you got to stand. You still got to understand the business aspect
No,
of
no,
how I pay you.
I understand business.
I,
We're talking about that personal decision. Now we kind of switched over it in the
no,
conversation
no, no.
completely differently.
I'm still,
Business, I
I'm
get the
still.
business part. As a company owner, you can do what you want to do. But your employees, though, that's their body. Those are their lives. Those are their rights. And you are forcing them to make a decision to get it or not have a job.
Well, I mean, just think about it. What just you just said. Let's understand. It's not a force. It's still a choice. It's a choice that you got to make. No,
But
understand
that's
what
a
you're saying.
force. If you're, it's not like okay, get it or we cut your pay a little bit. It's get it or have no job,
Still a
lose
choice, Nick. It's
everything
still a
you've worked
choice.
for.
It's
Well,
still a
in your
choice.
opinion, it's a choice, and mine is a force. And I think it's forcing of the hand, and I think it's very unfair because those
Oh, I
people
say
have
it's
been
definitely
safe.
unfair.
Those people did not cause the corona. Those people did not cause the death, but they are being
Hmm.
forced. If they hadn't done it up until that time, there was a reason. You know, it's just like the parents
Right,
who have said, because now, you know, your younger children can get it. There are parents that are like, no, we're going to wait till it's been around for a couple of
right.
years. That's my child. We don't, this thing is not old enough. We don't know what it could do 2 years from now. Those are my kids. And I don't want it to be to a point that your child can't, because it's already now, there's some places your child can't even go to school without certain things like the mask. Where I don't want it to get to the point where you have to vax your child in order for your
Right.
child to do things if you're not feeling safe about it going in your child's body. It's one thing when you make a decision for you. This is your child that you are making the decision for on something that you are still concerned with. That's a legitimate concern.
But do you
It's
know? But do
legitimate.
you? But do too, Nick? You do understand where that's leading to.
Okay, hold on. Before we that's a whole deeper part. Let's hit the
I'm
comments
just saying.
first. Let's hit the comments first. Go ahead, King.
I think it is totally wrong to be forced to take the shot, and that's almost like saying if you work for my company, I have to stamp you with my brand. More attracted, more attached to everybody. Don't like tattoos.
Right.
And that's like I said, that's all good and well, and but like I said again, y'all, we definitely understand the
Ho-
situation and
Hold
the
on,
plight
King.
of it.
We still got some more comments. Hold on, King.
Oh, my bad.
Hold on. William says it's the force, King. It's not a choice.
Oh,
Hold on, King. We got to let the people get in our conversation. Hold on.
My bad.
James says, just like professional basketball players putting their bodies on the line to entertain, now no vaccine, no playing time. That's wrong. Facts. Yes, I think that is wrong too, because before all this mandated stuff, and that was the last comment. Before all this mandated stuff came in, they still had them in their plan because they were gonna make their money. So now you're forcing them. What I would trip out is if every player in every sport did a walkout, because you won't let them play because they're not vaccinated. We're gonna all walk out, and let's see how the rules would change then, because they want that money. Go ahead, King. Say what you're gonna say.
Well, I mean, just to address that part, the NFL did that too, and a lot of brothers hurt because when they did the walkout that year. So I mean, you gotta look at it like this: the part about the players not playing. Now, understand when they did play, they played in the bubble. There was no fans. So understanding that this situation with that is about the fans. To be able to have fans come and y'all be taken care of, and y'all become. I'm just saying this is the business aspect. I'm not saying the person. This is the business aspect of for y'all to play and entertain and to have the crowd come back. I need y'all to do this.
The crowd, I'm sorry, King. I love you, but they didn't do that for the crowd. They weren't concerned with them people. Real talk. It was money being lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I meant, Nick. That's what I'm talking about, Nick. That's what I'm talking about. The crowd.
Like that's what that was for, and the people weren't there because of that people couldn't gather. Right.
But that's what I'm talking about.
They weren't thinking about those fans when they were starting to let them come back.
Nick, that's what I'm saying. When I said the fans, they got talking about the money. That's what I'm talking about. When I said fans, I'm talking about money.
You said fans. You said entertainment.
Okay, well, see, different. I'm talking from business.
Making money ain't the same, boo.
Well, business, that's what it means. If you ain't got fans in there, you're not making no money. And that's where the business comes from. The entertainment, who you entertaining? The TV is one thing, but when you got people coming into your venue, they're paying for them seats, they're paying for concessions. So if you ain't got fans in there, that's what I'm saying.
So what you saying?
So that's what I'm saying. So that's the reason why my thing is, okay, we want y'all to be vaccinated because we want to keep people coming back to the seats, and we want y'all to be, and they quote, safe. And so we won't have that problem. So because if y'all out, most of the time, if you got, that means you're not playing. If you're a star player, people ain't wanting to come see mediocre players. LeBron goes out for.
So why not just keep testing them like they were doing before all this mandatory you must get vaccinated? They were testing them and still playing. So, I mean, it's not like, okay, this is the first time since this pandemic hit and this is the solution. They were testing these players quite frequently. Why not just keep testing those that don't want to get vaxxed? Why not do that? Because you've been playing, you've been doing it. So why not keep doing it? Why force? Why?
Because it gets to a point, Nick, like anything else, Nick, when it gets to a point of business, it's like, yo, either do it my way or wrong. And I'm not trying to be mean.
Except for the fans not being there.
But no, but still it's a money issue, Nick. When you talking about you a star player, and if I need you to be on point when I want you to be on point, if you vaccine, I can at least have that.
How is not being vaxxed them not being on point? Remember, there was no mandate for them to be vaxxed, and they've been playing. They were just tested frequently. And they were all on their game. Some of them were still playing. Sorry, it had nothing to do with no vax. But what I'm saying is that was your protocol for a year. All of a sudden, because it's a mandatory thing that they're trying to force, you're now saying if you don't get it, you cannot play. That is wrong, because you played them when the pandemic was at, to me, say some of it's worse. You were playing players. You were just testing them and testing them frequently. So why not continue to do that for those that don't want to get vaxxed and continue like you've been doing?
Because you had a shorter session. You didn't have a full schedule. All that played a part. You didn't play all the games. You played a small set. You went from you were playing 30, 40 games for the season. That's not a season. So I mean, Nick, I'm only saying this.
I don't agree with
I'm only saying this from a business point. I understand you shouldn't be put in a position like that, but let's understand it's all about business. It's all about money, and you know this. So my thing is, if you're a professional athlete,
if they all walked out,
Nick, they ain't gonna help it.
Boycotted. I know that's not what you want because you love your teams.
No.
But if they all boycotted and you have nobody's playing, So we ain't nobody gonna make the money. How about that?
But Nick, all of them ain't gonna do that.
I can guarantee it would no longer be a mandatory force on the table. But
they already know that's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, Nick. It's been strikes, Nick.
What's being injected into their bodies because their bodies are their paycheck. Whether it
Right,
happens or
but
not,
I'm saying,
my opinion of it is, King, if everybody walked, that mandatory force would be off the table. That is my final opinion. Go ahead, King.
all I'm saying is, Nick, I understand what you're saying. That's why there's been strikes years and years over. And there's always going to be people that's going to say, you know what, I can't afford to do it. So if you want to do that, I understand. I ain't got nothing against you wanting to strike because your money might be that good. You might be in a good place. Everybody can afford to sit back. And so that's why you're always going to have a situation where if they all go out, you got to understand you losing money. Yeah, the owner's losing money, but he's probably in a better shape than you are. So that's why when you see these strikes that we don't have in sports that's only lasted a season or like that, them guys had to come back, or you got new guys that said, hey, you know what? That ain't my problem. I want to play.
That is why, King, I said if everybody did it. King,
and there you go with if.
King.
So I'm just saying,
King,
Nick.
my
Go ahead,
opinion,
Nick. I got you.
Can I give
I feel you. And I feel you with that.
You are saying my opinion, if
I got
give it, is if everybody walked, nobody's going to make the money because regardless how much those players make, they're never going to make as much as the owners and the managers and all of that. Never. They're never going to make as much as them. So if everybody walked, supported everybody and walked, regardless of what you're saying, if it happened, I feel and I guarantee that mandatory force will be taken off the table, point blank and period. For fans like you, you're going to say no all day because you don't want to see that happen. But if they
it ain't that, Nick. Nick.
If they all banded together, that force is coming off the table, period. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I've seen it happen, and I'm understanding what you're saying, Nick, but bottom line, if they're gonna, like I said, if they're going to do it and strike, believe me when I tell you, you know how many things that supposedly got changed because they struck? No. So I understand what you're saying. If you're saying if they done did it before, Nick, they just say what?
No,
they
have not done it before, King. 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. I said everybody.
Nick, Nick, they done shut down hosts.
I have said repeatedly, everybody. If everybody did it, every single player from every single sport that is demanding that you get vaxxed or you cannot play or you don't get paid or whatever the other option is. If everybody did it, everyone did it, I still say that force will be taken off the table. They would go back to, well, then you have to get tested. I'm serious. That's what I believe. I'm
gonna let you go with that because, like I said, I'm gonna let you go.
That's my opinion.
You're right, because that's your opinion. You're right. But I mean, I done seen over the years of the different strikes, of the different shutdowns for a whole year, from baseball to football to basketball. And so when you're saying never changed anything as far as the narratives of changing the mandates like that, no, they'll just get more players, and that's how it goes.
There's never been a mandate where your life was on the line, period. So they've never protested for something like this before. We're talking about lives, not if you feel like somebody should be vaccinated because you feel like this vaccine is everything plus butter on toast. These are people's lives. We don't know what's in that stuff. And this is not against anybody that has gotten it. I am not saying that. But for those that are saying this is my body and I don't know what's in it, you and I talked one day and you said, but Nick, people been getting the flu vaccine for years. And I said, that's the key. 4 years. For years, people have been getting. So at this point, you almost know what to expect. People have seen it. It's been around and you know what it is. This has not even been around for 2 years. So if someone is saying, I don't want to jeopardize or put it in my body or take the risk because I got a 2-year-old, a 2-month-old, or 3-month-old at home, then why do you have to force them? I still say that my final thought on this is if they all banded together and they all protested and walked, that mandatory force will be taken off the table and it would turn into, okay, well, you can get tested. Okay, go ahead, King, and then we're going to go into the next one. Hey,
like I said,
hold on, Queen.
I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go with that, Nick, because I'm going to let it go with that.
Yo,
I just feel
on the phone. This is us.
I just feel that, hey, my thing is, I understand what y'all say, but understanding at the end of the day, it's a choice that you have to make whether to go with it or go not with it. And that's all. That's all I can say about it. Okay. It might not be the best choice. It might not be in a good perspective, but it's still a choice.
Any choice that somebody makes for themselves is going to always be the best, whether I agree with it or not. All right,
Right.
so, ooh, I came prepared for this conversation. My hand plats today. Um, ooh, we king, I don't know.
Well,
Which
hey,
one we
this one
should hit
here,
next?
yo.
I know the one you want to save for last, so how about we go to this one next? Imagine if your man posted this foolery on his page, and I did scratch out his name, but
Mm,
this is trending. So many remarks. I think it was in the millions. If your man posted this about you, she ain't the
mm,
prettiest, but she's loyal.
mm.
My, what would you say? What are y'all thoughts on this? She ain't the prettiest, but she's loyal.
Hmm.
That's some
Yes.
shiznick. Mom, I'm sorry. That's some shiznick. Ooh, that's some bull snap. All right, what do y'all say in the comments if your man posted that about you? This is him laughing at our ending of the conversation. That's how we do. And, we blow it off and then we love each other in the end. Been like this over
Yeah,
3
right,
years. Yeah, that's what he
right.
said, William. I'm gonna keep it straight real with y'all. He wouldn't be my man. He would not be my man. That sucker.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a lot of people's man. Yeah.
So what are
But
y'all
then too,
thoughts in
Nick,
the comments, King? What you think about
I
this?
got something for that, Nick, and this is just playing devil's advocate. I just gotta just. I mean, I wouldn't say it, but just go with me for a minute.
Warning though,
And
King. If you're gonna
I'm
play
just
that, you
Nick.
got to take it. Go ahead.
Okay, I understand. Now, my thing is, I understand within me and some other brothers definitely wouldn't have posted. But do you really feel that he meant disrespect to someone when he said she ain't the prettiest? And I understand. The only reason I'm saying that because think about it.
No, I feel you.
There's
I'm
one,
just I'm thinking in my head while you talk. Go ahead.
but right, because I'm thinking. Think about it. I can sit here and say this girl that I'm dating, she's pretty, but I might have dated someone that was prettier than her. Doesn't take nothing away from her because she's pretty, but I might have dated a girl that was prettier than her. And even though I would never put that out there in public and make her like, I dated this girl here, but this girl's prettier than her, and actually put it out there. I wouldn't. But for the statement that he made, I don't feel it was a disrespect. I think because he publicized it and people take it like, oh, that's totally messed up. But to say that she ain't the prettiest, and see, my thing is not saying that, yo, I done dated better, or saying something that could totally take it a different way, saying she's not the prettiest, but I'm just gonna say the prettiest. I ain't gonna say about the loyal. Just the prettiest. I'm like, yeah, because there's women that we know is not as pretty as the next woman, just like there's not men as handsome as the next man. So
Okay.
it's not a taking away from you to say that you're not handsome. It might be another because women, y'all done dated brothers like he might have been handsome, but he was handsomer, and so she went after him because he was more handsome than that brother. So I forget that handsomer. I don't know why I said that word because it's not a word, but he's not as handsome. So if a woman said that in public, I feel some kind of way. But to understand that she might have dated somebody that was more handsome than I couldn't take that as a real diss. And I'm like, okay, I understand because I feel there's brothers that might be better looking than me. I ain't saying I'm ugly, but it might have been a brother that she felt, or that might be better looking than me. But so in that case, with him saying that, he definitely was wrong. Honestly, putting it out in public, he might not feel because the way he said
Hold
it.
on, King. Before you go to that part of your opinion,
Mm,
let's address the first part. So, okay,
right.
I feel where you were going with you were saying, what if he was meaning it to say, even though she's not Nicki Minaj built whatever, she's loyal. So I felt where you were trying to help that brother out with that. It's the comparison part. That's where the jacked up part comes in.
Mm,
You should be comparing your woman, your wife to nobody. So because he's comparing, she's not the prettiest. Why are you comparing your wife to any other woman? You chose that woman, right? So if you chose her, she should have been the best at whatever because you chose her. So when you bring in the prettiest, the
mm-hmm.
finest, that's a comparison word. I don't want to be with the man that's comparing me to every other woman. If
Right.
you chose me because I was the best choice for you.
Right.
But you looking at every woman like, well, she ain't as fine as her though. Shabuti ain't
Mm,
as big as her. No, that's comparison. That's like me having a man and I post him and he's a large man. He's not that you know, he big, he not all that cute. He don't have that much money. You know, we live in a rundown apartment, but he make me breakfast every morning. It's almost like he gave her a comparison and then a consolation prize. She ain't so and so, but she loyal. That was it. It was foolery. It was foolery. It's the comparison. And if he was trying to do what you said, he failed. It's a big F.
Right.
He don't get an A for effort on that. Plus, when I look at that woman, all I see is gorgeousness. She's beautiful. I mean, her skin, her body, she is gorgeous. But if you chose her, she was what was best for you, but you're still comparing her, you're giving her a consolation on the end. You can keep that. You can't be my man and do that. Let's hit the comments, and I want you to finish your statement.
All right.
Go ahead, King.
Every woman should feel she is the prettiest as well as feel like a queen. Yeah, no doubt.
More. Hold on, baby. We got 3 more.
Okay.
He doing a slap in the face. Go ahead, King.
Words can destroy people even if he means no harm.
That part.
Right. Now I'm roasting back if someone
I'm gonna roast
that.
back if someone said that part. That part. You know, let me say this real quick. This just popped in my head. To post something like that just busted your DMs wide open. Because oh, you don't think your woman is the best? Here come everybody in your DM. Or do you, hold on, wait a minute. Or do you already have so many in your DM? That's a nod to them when you say something like that about your woman. Go ahead, King.
Right.
That was jacked up.
Yeah. I mean, don't give me hey, I'm understanding it. Ain't no way that you should have ever posted something to that effect ever. You never say anything like that. Like you said, within yourself.
I was just about to put it back up too, Nicole. She wants to hear it again, King. Go ahead, you keep giving your opinion. I want to put this up so she can catch it because it is some bull snap.
Yeah. So like I said, that's just nothing that you post. That's nothing. I don't care if she ain't the prettiest, but she's loyal, and that's bruh. I mean,
look at how beautiful this woman is, though.
Oh yeah, she's definitely
gorgeous.
Lovely. She's definitely lovely.
But she ain't the prettiest. But she look. I wanna slap bro. Go ahead.
But and it's crazy. It's crazy that he put this out in public. I mean, bro, whatever your thoughts are about what you got, that's fine. Keep it to yourself, dude. But you to put that out there in public, I mean, you just shaming yourself, and you making people think like, okay, yeah, I settled for this. She's pretty, you know what I'm saying? And that's the jacked up part. Regardless if he felt.
He's not an ugly man.
Right.
No, I won't say that. Go ahead, King.
You froze, so I didn't get to see.
No, I didn't freeze. I paused before I said what
I
was
you paused, my bad.
And I recanted my own thoughts before it came out my mouth. Go ahead.
Right. So, I mean, I'm just saying, that, just making that statement publicly. And I mean, it ain't something that you should feel that you should even say. But I understand the particulars in that because, it's crazy because I've seen women do it in a lot of cases when they compare men on certain things they say. Mm-hmm. Certain things they kind of, refer to, well, he ain't doing the same, but he definitely treats me right. The same thing, you know what I'm saying? But it's nothing that you would actually hear public unless you heard somebody over talking, you know what I'm saying? They said it, and, I've heard people talk.
I'm talking to you on my home.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
This has gone around and been shared, I don't know how many times. It was so many.
It's just nothing you public. Yeah.
But I'm saying it's foolery that has gone viral. So that woman that you chose, that you took that picture with, that I don't know if they're married or they're just going together, but that's who you chose. And bless her heart, she chose you. All over the world or all over the U.S. or whoever, they have reshared this. What honor have you given her? What honor have you given her? You have actually disgraced her. And I'm gonna say it again. You can't be my man and be comparing me to nothing and give me no funky consolation on the end. But you can cook though. But you're loyal though. But I love the way you clean. No, you are not my man. You officially no longer mine.
Right.
Period.
Yeah.
And I just think it's disgraceful that you chose her, but you are still comparing her because she ain't the prettiest, but she loyal. She might not be after that if she did. She might not be loyal. And like Nicole said, he'll cut up if another man loves her beauty.
Like I said, Nick.
Go ahead.
I've been married 12 years. When we post, we are showing each other off like trophies, even after 12 years. Oh yeah, definitely. And like I said, that was his mistake. That was his jacked up situation to sit there and post something like, because like you said, Nick, we just said people talk about a lot of stuff in private. They'll say, like you say with their girlfriend, they'll say whatever they say, you'll never hear nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, dude, for you to say, I don't care what you felt or what you settled for. That's what you, and it's cool. Outside of what you post on a public forum, if that's the way you felt, dude, come on, that ain't what you put out there. Regardless of what you think about her and compared to another woman, that ain't something you say out in public. That's all I'm saying. I mean, fellas sit there and talk amongst themselves and say a lot of stuff, just like women do. But it ain't nothing that we would sit there and put on there and say, yo, this girl here, nah, that ain't what you do. That's not what you do, regardless. So yeah, he definitely played himself out, and he gonna get a lot of pushback on that. Definitely, he gonna definitely get the fire.
He needed to get a lot of pushback, and I hope a lot of men push back on that,
But then
because
you know what that
somebody
means, though,
needs to
Nick.
have a good come to Jesus conversation with him about that.
But then you know what that means. I'm gonna be honest with you. For some brothers like yo, you know what? Y'all can say what y'all want to say. I said this. This is my girl. Y'all can keep your comments to yourself. And I'm just being honest, because you know how some
Yeah,
people
no,
are
I
when they,
feel you. I feel you, but that don't
yeah,
mean that
you know.
that he don't need to hear it. That's
Oh no,
ridiculous.
no, definitely, definitely don't mean to hear. But I'm just saying, for people that feel that that's gonna make a difference, it's like yo, whatever I said, what I said, and y'all can do what you want to do with it. Like I said, we look at it like, dude, that was wrong. Let's be straight honest. That was wrong for you to post something. But you like, yo, I can post what I want to post. You ain't got to look at it. People do that all the time. So
That
that's
yeah,
why I
they
just said
do.
that. And
They
they do.
do.
They say whatever they want to say, and they feel like you got a problem with it. Oh well, because we done, we done seen some stuff that was crazy, where people done made comments
Yeah.
about situations. Like I know you seen the ones about like, yeah, my girl and my side chick, they both cool with each other and it's all good. And you posted, she right there like, dude, did you just put this out on the?
You know what? But the difference with that, King, and I feel exactly where you're going with it. But the difference with that, sweetheart, is this: that's not demeaning to either one of them. If they both cool with it and they know about each other, they know what they're doing. That's okay. That's demeaning to the woman that he's with. Now, that's me saying that she might have read that and been like, "Oh, baby, thank you." She could have
Exactly,
very well appreciated
exactly,
it. Nikki don't
exactly.
appreciate it for her. Nikki don't
Right,
appreciate that for her. I don't want no man to walk around thinking that that's okay. That
right. You can say it,
or
but like you
get
said,
young boys to read that and think that that's okay.
it's okay. But they do that anyway because good young girls let them give them that authority. So that's a jacked up part, period, because they give them that authority. But like you said, she might be one like where how many dudes and treated her jacked up in the past,
That's
and
what
he
I'm
done
saying.
gave her
She
that.
could be like, "Oh, baby, that's so sweet."
Exactly.
I
That's
don't
what I'm
know.
saying. So that's why you think, in a sense, Nick, why you think he was so cool with saying it. Think about some people post
That
stuff because
part
they
too. You're
feel,
right, boo. That part too.
yeah, oh
That
yeah,
part too. It wasn't
yep,
okay with Nikki for her. That
right.
was
Oh
just
yeah, I knew it. Believe me,
my
I already
my
know
future husband ain't
that would
gonna
have
do
been an
that
ex
because
dude
God
right there.
don't have that type of heart. Mm-mm.
That would have been an ex dude right there. I'd be like, dang, dude, hey, I just met you, man. Really? You
Oh,
have a
my
nice life.
brothers and sons would have. No, you know what? They would have needed to, because I'd have. Anyway,
Yeah,
the
you'd have
mama
put
said,
exactly. We
because
already know
some
that's what
women think
happened.
a man is better than no man. That's true too. That is true
Oh
too.
yeah, that's always been a statement.
Yeah, that woo wee. All right, y'all. Before we get to the Biden topic, we got one more to hit. I cannot post this because what we're going to be talking about involves a child. And even though this parent, they're the ones that posted this video about them and their child, I'm not going to do it. So I'm not posting it.
Right.
But the next topic, the next foolery that is trending is there is a celebrity. And y'all know what the Megan knee challenge is, right? If you don't, just run to YouTube and Google it. Google it or run to YouTube and search for it. But basically, the Megan knee challenge is the best friend twinning song. It's every time the beat drops, you just drop a little bit lower in your knees. You stay on them and you're twerking and you drop a little bit more on the.
Mm.
Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I just can't see you.
Uh-oh. Can y'all hear
Mm.
me?
There you go. There you
There
go.
we
Yeah.
go. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
You can't hear me? King, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me. I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
I need to know in the comments, can y'all hear me? Because I cannot hear King. I may have to go out and come back in. I love you too, Robert. Can y'all hear me? Please let me know in the comments. Because I cannot hear King and I may have to go out and come back in. Okay, so y'all can hear me. So King, I don't know why I can't hear you. Are you able to go out and come back in, King? I'm going to tell them about this.
Okay.
Yeah, King, I can't hear you. And everybody is saying that, hey, y'all. Okay, thank you, Nicole, James, Keisha, and my big sister. So, King, you may have to go out and come back in because I can't hear you at all, King.
All right.
Alrighty, so while he's doing that, I'm going to tell you guys about the foolery. So anyway, that's what the Megan knee challenge is. Y'all know Meg Thee Stallion, her ability to twerk, and them knees just hold her up. So this particular celebrity posted a video, and it is titled "Teaching My Bestie How to Use Her Megan Knees." She always calls her little daughter her bestie. Her daughter is, I think, 7. She's definitely not older than 10. And so she is teaching her daughter how to use her Megan knees, and they're doing the drop down. And I want to know, what are your thoughts and opinions? What are your thoughts and your opinions on that? And again, I'm not going to say the celebrity. I'm not going to show the video or even a picture because that is a child. And even though she did it, Nikki's not going to post that. What do y'all think about teaching your young daughters how to twerk and how to use your Megan knees at a young age? What do y'all think about that? How do you feel? I'm gonna tell you how I feel in a minute, but I'd love to hear your comments. This is so weird because I don't know if y'all can hear me still or not, and he's not back. So I don't know if I'm having technical difficulty or if he was, but anyway, I would love to hear your comments. And then this one is a hard one for me to do because I don't ever like to judge a parent for how they choose to parent their child. But I will say in so many of the comments, people were even, right, William, just a second, I'm coming straight to that. In the comments, people were even adding the father, because the father is somebody famous that y'all know too. They were like, please get your child. Please go get your child from her. And a couple of the people were like, why aren't you teaching her something educational? Why that? That's not the first time I've seen a video where she was teaching her something that I think me and my homegirl would do. That bestie. Me and my sister, that bestie. Not my little girl. Not my little girl. And I think this topic for me is a little hard to talk about because not only have I been a childcare provider, there he is. Okay. Not only have I been a childcare provider, I've been a preschool teacher. I've helped to raise many children. I have nieces, nephews, great nieces and nephews. And when it comes to kids, be so careful because there are people out there that mean your children no good. There are pedophiles out there. You know, there are people that literally get off, sexually with looking at little bodies. So I don't think she needs to be taught how to use her Megan knees. That's where I'm gonna go with that right now. I'm gonna hit these comments. King, say something so I know that you're.
Yo.
Okay.
Yo.
Can
Okay.
y'all hear
Cool.
King? Okay, sweetheart, I'm gonna put you back on mute because I know you're trying to get some stuff together. I'm gonna read these comments because we have a lot of them. William says, "Why can't children stay children? They have so much in this world they have to already deal with and fight. Why add to it? Why teach a little girl how to go ahead and subjectify her body or make her body be objectified?" I don't know what I'm trying to say. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I had to grow up fast and I regret it sometimes. Facts. I got you, William. You need to separate your parenthood and friendship. Yeah. Keisha K says exactly. And Nicole, yeah, I got it. Friendship subjects. Yeah, y'all, King. Well, King, you already know because we've been discussing it off
Right, right,
camera. What were your thoughts? And remember, we're not going to say the celebrity's
right,
name.
definitely.
What were your thoughts when you saw?
But first of all, I forgot her name anyway, so that wouldn't have been a problem.
Good. What were your thoughts?
It was just chaotic. I mean, it's bad enough when we see them little videos and little girls doing all kinds of stuff anyway online. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, but to sit there and teach her because this is the challenge, and she's that young, and you starting her off with that type of, foolery, as we say. I mean, it makes no sense. I mean, like Nicole said. I mean, where you draw the line at? We're not friends. I'm your mother. You're my daughter. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I feel that, y'all can have a great relationship, but y'all not friends. And for you to teach us something like that because it's something that's trending, it's huge, and for whatever you're trying to get, like I don't know, but that's not how you raise children these days. That's not how you raise children, period.
Yeah.
Whether it's this day or 20 years, 30 years ago when we got raised, that's not what you do.
Yeah.
So it's just really disrespectful to yourself, to other women trying to raise their kids, and they on this, saying TikTok and all that. But to see this type of stuff on these platforms, come on. I mean, it makes no sense to me. It makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Well, here's something that I need to add into it. So when you say mega knees, or being able to have strong mega knees, there's a connotation that's attached to that.
Hmm.
That only adults should be talking about because it
Hmm.
has everything to do with being able to be on your knees in certain positions,
Hmm.
or to dance in certain positions or twerk.
Right, right.
That no child needs to know that. And being a survivor of sexual abuse starting when I was
Hmm.
younger, I'm gonna say it
Hmm.
again, no child
Right.
needs to know that. The stuff that I
Exactly.
was exposed to, I hate that I was ever exposed to it. Because sex was woken up in me way too early. I should have known the stuff that I knew.
Right.
Okay. Um, so and that was something that was forced to willingly teach. And I'm not saying she's teaching her child to have sex. That is not what I'm saying.
Right.
It's
Right.
just certain things though. I
The implementation. It's just the whole, because you see this on TV, you see this on your schoolyard, you get exposed to it on all different kind of platforms. But actually having your house and you teaching it. I mean, let's just understand.
yeah.
Like you said, you know what the challenge is. You know who she is. You know what I'm saying, Meg the Stallion. So let's put this all together. Like Meg is a grown woman. So I don't think that challenge was ever supposed to be exposed to anybody that wasn't around her age and grown.
That part. That's what I'm saying.
So,
And no disrespect to Megan. I
no,
mean, they
none.
just happened. They threw you into the thing. No disrespect to you, but I love that point, King. That I don't. That was not meant for 18 and under.
At all. At all. It
Or
wasn't.
10 and
Because she's
under.
not. She's not 18. So right there, that tells you, being as grown as she is, whenever, like you said, they derive that challenge based on her stature and her
And
image.
her ability to do what she do.
Exactly. It was not pointed to anybody that wasn't my age or younger, rather. So why would you think it's cool because it's trending to say your 10-year-old or your 8-year-old is okay?
Yeah.
So and that's that makes no sense to me. And I mean, you can't. There's nothing to fall back to make it. Like you said. Bottom line, I raise my kids the way I want to. Hey, what can I say? That you're right. Them your kids, but like you said, you don't need to expose your kids to nothing they should be exposed to before their time
That part. Can
at
you hear
all.
me, King? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. So here's the last point, and then we're gonna go to the comments. We're gonna hit this
Right,
Biden thing, and we're gonna close out.
no doubt.
Here's the thing. So a little boy her age sees that and thinks it's okay to go pat her on the butt or to do
Mm,
something. He gonna be in so much trouble. But what is him
see
watching
about
that teaching him?
it. Exactly.
That's what I'm gonna say on that.
And
Let's
I
hit
and I
this
feel you.
comment. Okay, King, what you say?
I know I feel you on that. So the world is too evil to have your children exposed. Sex trafficking is at an all-time high, and that draws attention. Just my opinion. No doubt, Keisha. That's right. I mean,
Yeah,
what other ways that you need to show that it's not cool, it's not right? Because like you said, sex trafficking from small to old. But if you're gonna put this out here, that's just making it easier for them to see that okay, you know. hey, she already doing it, so hey, you know,
And let's put this disclaimer in there. We are not saying that anybody ever has a reason or excuse or permission to violate anybody in any way,
not at
shape,
all,
form, or fashion. That
not
is
at all,
not what we are saying. Point blank and period. Don't even try to twist the words like that, because that's not what we are
not
saying.
happening, not
Y'all
happening.
know what we're saying, and we're gonna leave it at that. When are you going to stop letting social media teach you how?
And they're not, because it's
We
gonna
could
always
actually
be there.
drop the mic on that and just
Yes,
go.
it's always gonna
It's
be
so
there, so it's not
real.
gonna stop. It's not gonna stop. As long as them likes is there and all the different, numbers is up, it's always gonna be there.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yep.
Woo! All right, y'all.
Here we go. All right,
And
Nick.
King said
Here
we're
we
gonna
go.
say this one for last because
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you by yourself on this one, Nick. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna holler.
thank y'all so much
I
for
just,
coming out. We thank y'all for tuning in.
uh,
It has recently been reported. King, how about you read this? Go ahead.
okay. Reported. Biden plans to pay illegal immigrants 450. I don't want to say thousand because Nick said that impact of K just goes a longer way. So I'm gonna say 450K could surpass payments to some 9/11 and military families.
First of all, King, that's not what I said. You kept saying 450. I was like, no, that's not dollars. That's 100,000.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you said it got more impact when they
Yeah,
said
when you
that
say
K
100,
just
when you say 450,000, you were
450K.
saying I was 450. No, it's 450,000
Right, that's what it was. That's what it
per.
was.
It's supposed
I
to
left
be
us 1,000.
per person,
Right,
no matter how many people were in the family. So
right.
let me read this real quick. Woo, child. I can't even do it because my phone is frozen.
Mm.
Well, basically, and I'm sorry, I have my facts in my other phone, but it's frozen right now. So there's a lawsuit that the immigrants have made against. Um, Basically, they're suing for what happened at the border, for being separated at the border during the previous administration. And Biden recently put in the plan that he's wanting to give those families $450,000 as a. I wanted to use his exact words. I hate my phone froze up, but it's basically a reparation or a recompense or whatever you
Just
want to call it,
compensation.
compensation, whatever you want to call it, for that. And if y'all have not heard about it, I don't know why, because it is trending like heck. There are people that are in uproar because they're saying the military families, 911 victims' families,
Hmm.
have not gotten anywhere near that amount.
Nope.
Not to mention,
For sure.
we've never uh, gotten
I'm,
anywhere.
hey Nick,
We've
like
never
I said
gotten.
before,
We've
I'm still
never
waiting on my
gotten.
40 acres. I'm still waiting on my
That's
40
what I'm
acres.
saying. We've never gotten anything. Period. But so the argument is that you are taking care of families that came over here illegally, but you're not taking care of the Americans that are here. And my thing was they were about to shut down the whole government over the stimulus checks. But you got money like that, you do it for whoa. Okay. So we would love to hear what your thoughts are. Um, I want to start off by saying this. I've said it and I'm gonna continue to say it. I hate that those families were separated. I hate that people died. I hate that people got sick. I hate that they were treated like they were. They were living in caves in horrible conditions. I am not giving a POV on that. I hate it. I just gave it to you. It's that price tag. And I'm just like, why does it seem like the government just everybody else is important, but they were about to shut down the government over some stimulus money when people over here were struggling
Hmm.
last year. So I'm saying last year, it's still 2021.
Hmm.
$450,000
Hmm.
per person. Call me. I don't even understand. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, I don't even understand that number. But what are your thoughts, King? What are your thoughts in the comments? So we are not people bashing. We're not people bashing. Go
I'm not
ahead.
gonna bash somebody, Nick. I'm not gonna
I ain't
bash.
talking
I'm just
about
saying.
you. I'm just putting it out there. We're not
Oh,
people
okay.
bashing.
No, it's just mm, I mean, what can you say? I mean, we're talking about $450,000 per person for illegal immigrants, and here, and then don't forget, Nick, the part they said about because of the traumatizing separation, because of the trauma that they endured being separated from their families. And the first thing I told Nick when we discussed this earlier this week was like, yo,
Slavery.
so that it wasn't traumatizing from all the Africans that came from their country being taken from the country,
And sold off.
and then get here, get sold off from each other to go to different plantations and work, and like you said, being sold as slaves and worked as slaves. But that was okay for all
And
those
raped and
years.
got pregnant
Oh yeah,
and
everything,
sold
anything under the
again.
sun that
Yeah.
you could treat us and degrade us, you know, all that. But you got some illegal immigrants that came across the border and they got separated from their families. And like you said, we don't discount all that happened. We hate that.
Yeah.
You
I
hate that
mean,
happen.
some
But
people
it's just,
died. Like we not
it's just,
discount any of that. Any of
but
that.
it's just real crazy that you sit there and puff that up and you put that in big lights when this happened to us throughout the whole life that that our forefathers been here, and nothing such as actually not a big thank you, not even a real thank you, heartfelt that we sorry. I mean, it's just really come to a point where just stand in line and all of us get slapped in the face as we walk to the border. You know what I'm saying? Because I
Well,
mean, unless we can go
another
across and come back over and get compensated ourselves. I mean, it's just that foolery that makes it like, yo, and then people wonder, like you said, people want to come here. You want to come here and there? Like this all good? This is what you're dealing with in our
no, I
country?
I understand that, them doing the lawsuit. I mean, I could not imagine what those families went through. I can't imagine what those families went through. Um, One of the biggest part of the arguments that people are having with it is that they were coming over illegally. That that they did something by choice, and that was
Exactly.
the consequence. Now, I didn't agree with almost 1,000% of what the previous administration did. I didn't agree with that
Right.
happening. I didn't. It's not even the compensation. I think it's the amount and it's per person. But there's an issue though when it comes to taking care of the people who live here, that do live here every day, and they're struggling and they're suffering. Like they try to cut programs left and right all the time. There are some programs that are begging, having fundraisers all the time just to run. But you stick a price tag like $450,000 per person to
Yeah.
that's the part that, okay, because we were talking about Flint, Michigan. There still isn't clean water. Like it's it's your run to the rescue so quickly when there have been existing problems here that y'all have to fight over and argue over administration after administration after administration. You really don't have to, but that's the delay, right? That's the clown in the back because you're watching the grill in the front. Um, but when this lawsuit comes up, there's an immediate response to it with a price tag that big on it. When there have been issues that people have been crying out about here for years. And even if you look over every single issue, you can't look over the amount of people that are still trying to recuperate financially, not businesses, but just the people in their homes trying to recoup financially over the pandemic and not being able to work and places being shut down. And then, like they said, the military families at 911 family, they didn't even. I don't know. Oh, we already read that one. Sorry, I don't know. We
I read
read
that one
that one
too.
too. My mind that blown. Okay, that's what she said. We know he's not running. I don't know. I don't know. They look quiet in the comments. Maybe it is. It's hard to have an opinion on this because on the one hand, A lot of people don't agree with what the previous administration did, and it is ridiculous what happened to those families happened. Should there be compensation? Should there be any type of recompense given because of lives lost and people being sick and separated? I think there should. I absolutely think there should. I'm just trying to understand this quick run to a price tag that high when y'all are still debating over helping people here.
And
I mean, yeah, where the stimulus checks at? Where's the help here? Go ahead, Ken.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna. I gotta tell you up close and personal. Hey, no fronting. Hey, I'm about the conversation situation. I do have a problem with it. That shouldn't be. I don't. And I'm not trying to downgrade and feel and feel like I don't care about what happened to them people and like that, no remorse and stuff. But let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
How many of our forefathers died in the slave trade, died during slavery, throughout the whole time? So for me to feel some kind of way, and you want to compensate them for what happened down there, no, I don't feel sorry. I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel sorry because you never went that way. Period. Of all the people that died during the slave trade, that died during slavery, nothing was ever done. No compensation was ever spoke of. Anything and nothing. So for this to be an issue and you're illegal immigrants and that you lost your family, and I'm sorry that happened. But you know what? I can't feel that bad because all the people that have died, from my forefathers in a situation that they never even asked for. They didn't try to come here. They didn't never ask to come here, and then they have to be here and go through the turmoil and the psychiatric situations of crazy, just all that. And compensation was never a thought. So for me to sit there and be a part of that conversation for them, no, 450,000 is ludicrous, crazy. But y'all even getting compensated is not for me to talk about. No, you don't deserve compensation for what? No, you don't. I'm just gonna be. No, you don't, because we didn't. They didn't think about us like that. So why should I think about y'all? And I ain't taking away from. It's a messed up thing when some people die for whatever reason. We know that. But to be compensated, a lawsuit, really, a lawsuit, because y'all felt that y'all was being whatever, y'all feel y'all do it wrong because y'all tried to come over illegally, and this is what happened. And I ain't trying to be mean, but ain't nobody thinking about us like that. Ain't nobody sitting there saying nothing about we should have a lawyer representing how many people done died in the streets, how many people died during the slave trade, how many people died in slavery. No. So I mean, hey, it's just jacked up that's putting y'all conversation. When it comes to something like compensation and reparation, it's always everybody except us, and that just gets old.
That part of what you said, I absolutely feel. I'm on the other end. I think there should be some compensation for the lives that were lost because of the conditions. It's that price tag. It's that rush to a price tag, and it's the fact that, like you just said, because you and I were talking about this the other day. Okay, I'm gonna just say what Keisha said. Charity does begin at home. You have people here that are working to keep this country going, and they are struggling
daily
over a virus that they didn't release and they didn't cause and all of that. They are struggling. And then before the pandemic, there were other issues that existed. Again, there are so many things that need to be funded, so many programs that they have cut and taken money away from. The lawsuit, I believe, was 2019 when it was filed. I believe it was 2019.
When the situation happened, when they started doing the crossing the border, and they started doing that.
Right. Because I was researching the information on the lawsuit, and I think it said 2019 is when, I don't know. Because I was trying to go over dates in my head, and I was like, but all of that was really high but anyway, whenever the lawsuit was filed, it's been less than 5 years, and less than 3. And in that amount of time, a decision for that amount of money to compensate, when again, there have been things here that have been going on for years, families who have lost people to unnecessary violence, families who have lost people who were killed by police officers. Like, why does $450,000 per person?
Yeah, I mean, hey.
Yeah, I mean, we're done.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, ain't nothing to say about that.
It's probably hard to have an opinion because I personally feel like there should be some type of compensation. I don't think it should be that much, King feels like there should be none, and everybody is definitely entitled to their own opinion. It's just that when people start mentioning, well, military families don't get that much at 911, victims and survivors don't. You can keep adding on to that list, and these are people in administration that are like, what the what? Wait a minute, we ain't never said no 450. What you talking about? That's them saying that they don't even agree with it.
I mean, look, hey, Nick, on another point, look what us soldiers, like you said about the military family, just the PTSD part of
Come
seeing
on
combat.
now. Or when they come back with body parts missing. There are some of them they can't even. Some
The
of
whole
them
thing.
can't pay their rent. A lot of them are homeless.
Homeless, exactly.
They can't get health care services, but
Nope.
their life and body parts serve this country. It just some things that the government makes decisions on is a slap in the face.
Mental health, the whole nine, yeah. So
it's crazy,
and that's another reason why. That's another one I feel because I'm like, hey, I served in the country, with got some PTSD, and I'm like, I gotta prove. What do I prove to show that I didn't go in the same? I didn't come out the same way I went in.
Oh,
what I got to prove for that?
A lot people have to do.
That's what I'm saying. No, but I'm saying, why should I have to? That's what I'm saying. Why should I have to go and jump through hoops to prove that I came out differently than when I went in?
Yeah.
18 years old. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Going in and came out 6 years later, and my mind is not the same. And I tell anybody, it's not the same.
That's just to get a little extra income to help support you. Can you imagine if you got $450,000 as compensation? Can you imagine if somebody came out of the military who lost a limb or two, got $450,000 as compensation?
Exactly. That ain't happening at all.
Can you imagine if the people of Flint, Michigan, who had to drink that nasty lead-filled water, had to keep buying water because their water was not even sanitary enough to really boil to try to use? Can you imagine if they got $450,000 each? So for me, again, it's not that they're gonna get a compensation. It's why? Okay, we're gonna
because just quick, Nick. Just right quick, when you said about the 450,000, they don't even give military their life insurance. If you die in the military, is not $450,000.
That's what a lot of the
So it's right there. So what that tells you right there.
That's what a lot of the pushback was. 911. So
yeah, 9/11. To my 9/11. Yeah.
I always say 911. 9/11.
Oh, okay. I thought you threw me up with 911.
I'm sorry. I try not to say the date too much, and there's a reason for that.
Right.
But yeah, for 9/11 victims and family members.
So that tells you right there. So that just shows you, like, hey, what you're trying to still make that connection.
What it tells me though is this, King. All that what you don't have, what you claim you don't have, you got it when you want to have it. You got it when you want to have it. All right, I think we're gonna end here.
Yes.
End here because this conversation was not to offend absolutely anybody. For me, it was the whole price tag amount and the fact that it's just a fight to get any help here, and you live here. I don't agree. Absolutely, do not agree with what happened at the border, and I do believe there should be some type of compensation. I don't. So on that note, King, what are your final words and thoughts?
Hey, we done had some topics tonight for you. The Foolery ran amok, y'all, on all platforms. From, Cube said, "Hey, I love me. Keep your 9 mil." To my man say, "Yo, by this pretty girl, not the prettiest. Hey, dude, you got to deal with that. And it was jacked up that you put it out there. But hey, that's your business. I ain't mad at you, but you should have came out a little bit better with that. How you dealt with that. Hey, the Megan challenge, please, if you ain't 25, 30 years old above, let it go.
Don't say we ain't getting 21. You gotta be 25 and over to do the
exactly. I said 25 and older. You know what I'm saying? Your legs developed a lot better. I mean, some early, but still, don't start using them until 25. You want to do the Megan challenge? How about that? If we clear all that 10-year-old and 8-year-old stuff, start at 25. And then I hate it for the lady, with the HOA. But hey, for future reference, y'all, if y'all got HOAs, find out why y'all paying them and what y'all paying, what they're going to, because it makes sense to know why you paying $200, $400, however much a year a month toward homeowners association because they might be just getting you because you live in that neighborhood.
And
So
go to
hey,
the meetings. When they have
exactly.
those HOA
The
meetings,
meetings.
go
Yep.
to those meetings. Don't
For
just
sure.
be shelling out your money and you don't know what's going on in your community.
No doubt.
Go to those meetings. Go ahead.
And then the last straw, yeah, like Nick said, she understands they need compensation. I feel in myself, nah, we ain't seen nothing. Y'all don't need to see nothing. Take the loss like we've been taking it for years. And I ain't trying to be mean about it, but we've been living with this for years. I'm 55 years old, so I've been living with it all my life. Imagine the ones before me. So, it's just what it is. And that 450,000 price tag don't make it no better at all. So with that being said, I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great week. The king is out. Nick?
Nick don't even know what to say.
I need something, Nick. I need something for
They
you,
got
baby.
so quiet on us in the comments, and I get it. That's a hard conversation.
Yeah, it's hard. Oh, yeah.
The show is called Their POV, so I thank you guys for bringing your opinions. King always has his, I always have mine, but we appreciate you guys tuning in and joining and sharing yours.
Yes.
I'll just say again on the last topic, I believe that there should be some type of compensation. I don't know if it should be $450K, but my thing is even beyond that is, I wish our government and our country cared about its people and cared about the people that are struggling, suffering, or going through, especially when it has something to do at the hand of somebody else, like violence, murder, being killed unnecessarily, the water situation. There's just so many other things. On that note, we like to leave you guys with a word of the week. I don't even have a word of the week right now. I really don't.
Nick. You gotta have one, Nick. You gotta give us one. Just give me one. You gotta have one. We can't end the show without having one because we do it every week. So you gotta give me one.
No pressure. No pressure.
Hey,
okay. Cool. Listen. Let's use the word unity. We talked about unity earlier. We were talking about the players and the backs and all of that. Let's just talk about unity. Okay. What if we all unified together to help each other out? What if we all stood together to help each other out in any situation? How much more powerful would we all be? How much more happy would we all be? And how much more would we have? People wouldn't have to struggle if everybody's needs were being supplied. Okay, that'll be the word. And on that note, thank you guys for who stuck in there the whole entire time. Thank you for tuning in with us. We love you guys so much. Let me throw these up there real quick because we don't want to end the show without giving our thanks to Kevin Harrington, who did our theme song. If you guys enjoyed the show, please make sure that you like and share. Like us on Facebook, all those good things. Listen, I am still looking for a couple of ladies to fill our women's panel. I've already gotten 2 that have said, I am so on it. Make sure you sign me up. So I need 2 or 3 more. Let's get this going because y'all wanted it. So let's do it. You can do that by emailing me or emailing us at nickandking@gmail.com. You can hit us up through Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the same exact handles. Look for your girl at the Obstacle Overcomer podcast. The best way to find me is on YouTube, so you can see all of the interviews because they are on video. And if you are interested in the 75-day 2.0 challenge, the change from the inside out, make sure you hit me up at this email. I am so excited about you who have been emailing me and saying that you wanted to join. Man, the praise reports, the testimonies they've been off the chain. Like, I'm just so excited about what God is doing in our lives, and some of us you're not gonna recognize at the end of this challenge. So with that said, we love you guys so much. King, tell them what we're gonna do.
It's on you. So what you want to do? It's on you. So what you want to do? Hey.
All right, guys. We love you guys so much, and kings and queens, as always, keep reigning. Yeah.